fascinating Renaissance ladies. Welcome to our sixth episode. And if you are joining us for the first time, I'm sure you are wondering what, who am I? What is this thing about welcoming fascinating Renaissance ladies? Okay, if that is the case, I encourage that you click, the right button, the left button, and you will now see all the episodes, all five previous episodes. Because in episode one, which is the maiden, episode, I shared with them, why this channel, why now, why am I doing it now? When in fact, it could have been what 2 years from now or 2 years ago, and things like that. That's explained there, right? And what is this channel for? And who am I? And why is the title like that? My season of life, life at 60 and beyond. And and I've told all these wonderful, fascinating ladies that it's just really about living the best years of our life, because life at 60 and henceforth and beyond, you know and this is what we have agreed we will term, this season of life as the autumn of our life. And this is what the channel is all about. Together we will learn, together we will grow, together we will have fun in creating and living, okay, a new life, a new life of adventure, of meaning, of excitement, of fun, And this is Malu Cervantes, and as I mentioned in the past episodes, okay, what made me launch this channel, and what is consuming me in doing this twice a week. We upload our episodes twice a week, and people are telling me, man, Malu, these things take a lot of time, and it's just one episode a week and that will be enough. I said no, I am just so excited. I have a lot of content to share with you. And when did it all start? Okay, let's review episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you will get to appreciate what we're going to talk about in this episode and episode henceforth. Okay, well, simply in episode one, I told them how it all started. It started when I woke up one day, already a senior with a senior with a senior ID, a card to boot, and you know, um, existential angst, gripped over me, and we said that it is a profound sense of dread and apprehension. Like I don't know what was happening to me. I asked all those big questions in life. Is this all there is to life? After accomplishing so much. After graduating, from a top school, and then 40 years of labor to get to where I am now as one of the highly paid consultants in my field. Okay, how much have I accomplished? Sometimes, at that time it just dawned on me that maybe I have not accomplished much. And a lot of my friends are telling me they are willing to trade places with me at a heartbeat. Because at age 28, I put up my own consulting company. I was breaking glass ceilings and all of that. And yet, all of this dread, I explained that. And then in that moment of epiphany, in the second episode, it's just dawned on me, that really it's reframing, old, growing old and aging. It's reframing. So I mentioned to you, okay, to the ladies who have been with me since episode one. Every time, my friends, greet me, happy birthday, you're a day older, I would always answer them, I do not grow old at all. I just mellow like fine, expensive wine. And I show them that the most expensive wine, okay, in the world, have cost 558,000 US dollars. And all the expensive wines, have one thing in common. It's the aging process. So aging is not a bad term. It still is a very dynamic term is our transformation. And that emotional angst, that existential angst actually led me into coming out with my personal manifesto, which I shared in episode 2, right? Which means this is how I want to live. This is my guideline. And I encourage Renaissance ladies, you know, to come up with your own personal manifesto so that you know how exciting life would be. Okay, mine, let me share with you, or for those people who just tune in now, is aging gracefully, aging wisely, and aging elegantly. And that's what we're trying to dissect, right? And in episode 3, I introduced the idea of a Renaissance person, which is a person of elegance, well rounded, very, very multifaceted. And that's the reason why I call you fascinating Renaissance ladies, because we are in the process of coming up with our personal Renaissance. And episode 4, we started the roadmap. We started to find out the whys of life. Like, why do you want this kind of life? Why do you do what you do? Why does it make you happy? And we, okay, used the Japanese concept of ikigai to find out what is your reason for living, right? And then last uh, last session, last session or last episode, I introduced the concept of La Dolce Vita, which is Italian. It's the sweet life. It's the great life. And I told you, sit down, sit down, and marry your personal manifesto with your creation, okay, of what is a great life for you, because we are unique. Okay, we are unique, and so your great life may differ from my great life, all right? And I gave you nine characteristics of a great of my great life, because you have to define what your great life is, because it will be very different, while there could be some similarities with each one of us, right? So and then, right, I explained to you, okay, the first characteristic of what a great life is for me, for Miss Malu. That's how they call me. That's how they call me. My clients call me. That's how my listeners and my the televiewers, the viewers, who tune in to my weekly radio and cable TV program. Where I help them with their life issues. Okay, I explained to you the first one. A great life for me is joyful and not just happy. And I explained to you what's the difference between the two. One is external, happy is brought about by external factors, okay? But joyful is internal. Regardless of our circumstances, we can choose to be happy. We can choose to be joyful. Okay, so let me break down the next two, because my friends would always ask me, Malu, can you help us? Can you help us do this by giving your examples? Because you said, okay, the overarching reason why you launched this channel is to help, okay, people who turn 60 and beyond, and after a successful career, after a successful business, they're just faced with, what? I'm not young anymore, okay? And I'm old, and in all of this. So I said, we have to reframe everything, okay, so that we can still have the best years of our lives. So you can always hear me saying, this is the autumn of our life. It's still going to be the best years, okay? So something, I went through all of this transition. I went through midlife. I went through menopause. I went through it all alone, because nobody could help me. I thought I was getting crazy. And I told myself, my gosh, if this is how women, are treated when they don't know what to do, I would like to be able to help them. So if I knew then what I know now, okay, with all the professional tools that I have learned, maybe life would have been what? more easier. It could be more less stressful. It could be more fluid, and that's why I'm here. Okay, all right. So, ladies, you ask for it. Let me share with you, okay, the explanations of two more, okay, because I listed 9 characteristics of what a great life, what a la dolce vita means for me. Okay, the second one is being grateful, not just being satisfied. Like, what do you mean, Malu? I mean, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, I have everything, at least I can buy what I want. Okay, then, that will be enough. I said, no. Gratefulness is what? Is an intentional action, thinking the things you already have, and not wanting or not being happy with what you don't have. Being grateful is what? The I read somewhere, being grateful means it's an intentional search of what brings you happiness already with what you possess, and not waiting for the time that you will have the things that you wish to have. You know, so that's gratefulness. This is gratefulness, and one of the things that makes people, according to research, one of the things that actually depresses them is when they look at others and they seem to be having the things that they have, you know, and that's the one that triggers this comparison. And since they still don't have it yet, right, then they cannot really be happy, and they really can't see the beauty that they already have. So gratefulness, that intentional action, all right, that that will give you the happiness. That's what great life for me is. And when you partner it, or where you team it with the third characteristic, right, and that is being contented, not just feeling adequate. Right? This blew me. Okay, let me tell you, what I read. Okay, there's this monk in the 15th century. His name is Irenaeus. Okay, so 5th century monk who dedicated his life to a simple life and a life of holiness in the mountains. A la hermit. But every now and then he would go down from the mountain, and then he would roam the streets of Alexandria. Right? And when people ask him, what are you doing here? Why are you still, going around and looking at those beautiful display stores? And you know what he answered? It gives my heart, and let me read, my heart rejoices at the sight of all these wonderful, shiny things I do not want, and that I can live without. What a beautiful statement, isn't it? For me, that is the greatest definition of being contented. Now, most people say, well, you mean you're not ambitious, Malu? You don't want better things? You don't want a better life for you? No. Contentment doesn't mean that we don't dream big, that we don't anymore strive for better things. No, it has nothing to do with that. Contentment, again, is a choice, that you have the resources. This is beautiful, all right, and this is really, for me, the one of the best characteristics, that sometimes I do this. Oh, I want that pair of sunglasses. Okay, it is a Gucci pair of sunglasses, and it's 250 US dollars. So if you multiply that in Philippine pesos, that costs a lot for a pair of sunglasses. So I will save for it. So now I have the money to buy it. I go and look at it, and then I realize, that it is something I can live without. Okay? Which means I have the money, I have the resources to buy anything I want, you know? But then again, I am happy with what I have. So it's very different, when you want something, you don't have the money to pay for it. Well, that's not contentment, my dear. You just have to accept it, really. But contentment is you have the resources, you have the means, okay, to buy anything you want. But you have reached a point, that little things make you happy. Okay, that you can live without, the shiny objects, the shiny objects theory and all of that. Always the newest, but my phone works. Oh, but this is the newest model, so I gotta have it because if I don't have it, I'm gonna be unhappy, right? So that's it. So I'm sure. Okay, I promise you, my fascinating Renaissance ladies, I promise you, I'll be giving you examples of the next characteristics because if you can, all right, if you have, if you find this video very helpful in your quest, for the great life, if really it has inspired you, because that's one of my ikigais. It's inspiring ladies, it's influencing them, it's impacting their lives for the better. If you find this video very helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I would truly, truly appreciate you sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings, your comments, on the comments section, below. And join us, okay, as we learn together, as we grow together, as we have fun together. Subscribe to our channel, by hitting, the bell icon, and I will be seeing you. This is your fellow, your life coach. This is your mentor. This is your fellow sojourner. In living, the best years of our life in the autumn of our life. Okay, so this is Malu Cervantes, and I'll be seeing you, my fascinating Renaissance ladies, in the next episode. Signing off.